The central bank has said every merchant will be required to accept payments in Enaira. Currently, you have a lot of merchants who don't even accept POS or regular transfer safe. It's when I moved to Lagos and everybody had a POS, including the bole seller. I was very impressed because coming from Port Harcourt, you're asking somebody for POS, they're looking at you like, are you mad? Right. So how realistic or enforceable is this directive?
It's a good question. I think the point here is adoption will not be immediate and it will not be overnight and it cannot be everywhere at once.
Okay.
It's unrealistic to think so. Even the CBN is calling it a pilot, right? Because it's going to be the banks who first start issuing the Enaira. They receive the Enaira from the CBN. That's the first leg.
Right.
Then the second leg is that the banks start issuing Enaira to vendors. So now you have to ask yourself, all the sensitization that will have to go into getting all these merchants, vendors, and different businesses to understand the Enaira, to open their wallets and do all of that, that can't be overnight, So you're going to need to give a very long window for people to adopt this thing. And that's what we've seen in other countries. You mentioned at the top of your show, we've seen it in different places like the Bahamas and China. Everywhere we turn, we see that digital currencies, central bank digital currencies, are rolled out gradually in a pilot form so that sensitization can spread. And that's even in other countries, not talk of a country like Nigeria, where, like you said, other fintech solutions have not been universally adopted yet. We can expect and we should expect a lag. I doubt that the CBN, I should hope, let me not say I doubt, I hope the CBN will not go about penalizing people who don't adopt this right away.
Okay, walk us through how using the Enaira would work. Will merchants and customers need to have an app? Will it be USSD? Will it be equal to the Naira? Does that mean if I have plenty Enaira, I'm now very rich and I don't need to worry about, Naira being 5.13 to the dollar? How will it work?
Okay. So, first and foremost, let me answer the most important question first. The Enaira is the Naira.
Oh.
Yeah, yes. You don't have any. It's as valuable as the Naira, our beautiful Naira. So, that's it.
Okay.
Know that and know peace.
Okay.
Now, what's the difference? The difference is that while Naira notes are being printed somewhere and every bank account you have is actually tied to the Naira, there will never be, or maybe there won't be, let me just say, any physical Enaira notes or coins or anything of that nature. It's the CBN will issue it and mint it virtually online. Okay. So it will be on their ledger, the blockchain ledger that the CBN will run, which is basically a database. Let's just call it simply that, a computer database somewhere. And that database, for every Nigerian who owns Enaira, they will have their, account name there, an account number on that database and how much Enaira they own. And anytime you want to do a transaction, if I want to send you, if you want to send me money, I think, let me speak it into existence. If you want to send me money now, you will, like you said, you need a wallet on your phone or on your laptop or whatever. You open your wallet and you make that transaction. And we don't know, we have not yet been told the mechanics of how those transactions will work. So, but we've heard the CBN say that they are going to open it up to banks and also to maybe fintech companies, payment service providers. So what that means to me is we're going to have the possibility probably of USSD and apps. But either way, you use your device to say send and 500,000 or let me not be greedy, 50,000 and
wait, is this my imaginary 50,000 that we're using to do this thing?
I'm claiming it. So that's your imaginary 50,000 naira. The network, your phone will tell the network, over the network, tell the database, the Enaira database in CBN, please send this money to Andy. The CBN's database will now delete 50,000 from your account and add it to my own. And then I will now get that alert on my own wallet. And that means now it's now mine. So the question again, it comes down to how will I access it? The wallet is attached to the database. The question is, how will I interact with the wallet? Like I said, maybe it's with apps, maybe it's with USSD codes that will be given to us by the payment service provider. That level of detail the CBN has not yet clarified for us, and that's interesting because this is supposed to all go online in a week.